Hello and welcome to the newest podcast out here on these YouTube streets. My name is CineMints, and your boy is out here trying to make it, everybody. My mom will not be proud of me unless you hit that subscribe button right now. Okay, so please try to make my mom proud of me. I've been trying for 26 years now. Nothing will work. On today's episode, we have my longtime friend, Twitch moderator. He goes by the Twitch username Subtle Toast. He's also known as the Lego City Baker's Apprentice. Everybody, enjoy. So let me ask you, if you're the baker's apprentice, who is the head? Is it a head baker or is he a head chef? And where did you train?
Profound is obviously.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, he fucked up his name and is too lazy to fix it, but he's the Lego City Baker.
I understand. That's why you're the baker's apprentice. Now, when it comes to being a baker's apprentice, is there a rule of two? Like, are you eventually going to find an apprentice and overthrow Profound Toast?
I mean, I'm quite a ways away from that right now.
Okay, still training,
but
in the art of the
hopefully, eventually. I mean, still being paid minimum wage. I'm not that great.
We're only paying people minimum wage in Lego City? Holy shit, we need to change this.
Paid minimum wage.
Thank God I'm not the mayor. I stepped down from that position, dude. Y'all can't be mad at me anymore. How's it going out there?
Well, that's why I was very interested in that change in minimum wage that was proposed.
I mean, realistically, now, talking on outside of Lego City, in the real world, okay, I know Lego City's real in every little kid's basement or Will Ferrell's basement, but, which, by the way, I mean, before I get into, that, how good were the Lego movies? Did you enjoy them?
I only watched the first Lego movie, and I did very much enjoy it.
It was a great film, man. Like, the second
one
is...
Mostly just the visual effects were so good.
Yes, man, they did such a good job.
It was nothing I'd ever seen before.
Conspiracy theory, it's all stop motion, the entire movie.
No way.
Yeah, dude, it definitely
is. That is way too much work. Are you kidding me? You know how absurd that is?
I mean,
we'll also ignore the fact that I've seen VFX breakdowns of how they did a lot of the Lego movie, but...
Wait, now hold on. Are you about to tell me, I forget the name of the channel, the Corridor? Is that...
Corridor Crew.
Yes, dude. They make amazing
I love
content.
watching them. Oh, yes. It's so good.
Yeah, those guys are awesome. I feel like I've learned stuff from them, but I've never.
Did you see what they did most recently?
No, what is it?
Oh my! They've been experimenting with trying to get an AI to, I guess, draw images, I guess is the best way to put it, so that they could take an entire video, have the AI redraw every single frame into like an anime style, and then have it, and then upload it as anime footage, essentially. So
I saw the thumbnail, but I didn't watch it.
You would be able to have an AI 2D animate something as long as you live actioned it, essentially. Which it is insane what they had to do. They had to train the AI to do three things. They had to retrain it so that it generated images differently, so that each image would at least stay somewhat coherent. Because normally what an AI does is it takes an image and it turns it all the way to static, and it records every step of that, and then regenerates the image from static again, and that's how it learns. It just does that over and over and over again. But that's not good if you're trying to create something coherent, because if you give it the frame as a reference and then have it turn it all the way into static and then bring it all the way back, it's going to be wildly different from the next time you do that. Like it'll draw like people in completely different places, or objects. It'll take out objects or put objects in. So what they had to do was recode the AI so that it didn't bring it all the way down to static, just enough so that the AI could redraw it in a different style. So they made it so it didn't go all the way down to static full static. They made it just slightly blurry so that the
Dude,
AI could redraw it again.
AI is terrifying to me.
And then they had to train it to recognize everyone in the film, which they had 2 people. Well, I guess technically 3. They had to train the AI to draw 3 people. Because if they just had it draw, if they just tried to use it to like draw without training, it would draw you completely wrong. Like it put a mustache on you when you don't have one, or like draw your eyes wrong. Like, and remember, this is for every frame. So if they did that and didn't train the AI to draw people, their face would just be like flickering wildly into different styles. You can see it in the video. They talk about it. So they
I
had
need
to
to watch
train
it.
it
I
to
saw the
draw.
thumbnail for it.
Oh yeah, it's really good. They had to train it to draw all their faces. They had to train it so that it wouldn't go all the way to static. And then the final thing they had to do was they had to train it for the art style they wanted. Because if they didn't, it would also flicker art styles. Which,
Okay.
if you can imagine what that looks like,
how do you feel about
it's just insane.
How do you feel about CGI anime?
I mean, I
Like,
can't say I've ever seen an example.
The newer seasons of Attack on Titan use like 3D models.
Oh, yes. Well, I've always been of the mindset that uh you shouldn't just limit yourself to certain tools. Like if they had to draw all that shit by hand, you know how long that would take, or how much longer it would take, I guess is the best way to put it.
I agree with you.
They can just do a little bit of CGI and put some filters on it so that it still looks like it's in the art style, and it's way faster.
Did you see
And
the
it doesn't
Broly
look
movie?
all that worse.
Dragon Ball Super Broly?
No, I didn't.
So that's a great example of a lot of the movie is hand drawn, but then like the major action scenes they used like 3D character models, and they did a great job, man. And I've seen other anime where they use both. They're using 3D models and then they're drawing on top of them. I think that's the future of where it's going.
Oh, I saw Corridor. I mean, it just reminds me of something Corridor talked about where Brother Bear movie. I don't know if you saw this Corridor episode. This is one of the earliest examples of tracing over CGI. They did
the
it
Disney
in fucking
movie,
Brother Bear. Yes.
Okay.
It was with the moose's antlers, of all things, because they're so geometrically precise. No person could properly draw the moose horns every single time.
With
So
the light and everything.
Yeah, so they made software to position the moose horns for the 2 Moose brothers throughout every scene they were in, and then they had the artist trace over them when they went to make the final cut.
Is that one of the most
all movies? It was Brother Bear that did that first.
That has to be one of the most underrated. That is a Disney movie, right? Brother Bear?
I think so.
Dude, let's confirm that. But that has to be one of the most underrated Disney movies. I think it got a sequel too, which who really cares about that?
Also, Pink Roses. No, this is not Gamer Bug. This is Subtitle Toe Ass.
Wait. Subtitle Toe Ass.
Subtitle Toe. No, it's Subtitle Toe Ass. That is the worst someone has ever fucked up my name.
How does that even?
I was playing. I don't know. It was a long time ago, back on the 360 days when I was playing Halo Reach, and some child over team chat just was like, out of nowhere for like no reason, just said Subtitle Toast and nothing else for the rest of the game.
That kid needs to be grounded. Take his fucking Xbox.
And I've been saying it ever since because it's too perfect.
Subtitle. Okay, so now I had a question for you. As a Lego City citizen, now I see that you probably walk around with your baker's or your chef's jacket on at all times. Now, when you have to shower,
obviously.
when you need to bathe, like I'm not sure how often you bathe your Lego parts, but are you taking that off? Or are you washing the? Is it all one process? Or are you just like taking your head off, and how does that work?
Well, you see, Well, I have to go to the laundromat.
Oh,
I
okay.
can't afford a washing machine at home. In
I mean,
my,
these
I mean,
dude,
not that I could probably fit it in my apartment anyway.
this minimum wage is, dude, this needs to change, man. And that's what, dude, this is absurd. I mean, even in the
I
real
do.
world, dude. Like,
I
I
have to
think it's
keep the
so.
water bill down, so I only shower like every 3 days.
Oh shit. Save your dirty water too.
Especially the hot water bill. They charge
Yikes.
more for that.
Now, I think it's really funny when companies like Chick-fil-A, we're the best fast food. We give people $15 an hour. I'm like, that fucking sucks. What are you talking? You have people standing outside in the rain, miserable, taking my order, and you're paying them $15 an hour? That's terrible, dude. Like, you can't live on that. Not to mention, like, we recently went to go see. What did we see? I don't know. We saw something at like this event center, but we had to park our car in a parking garage. And the lady that was taking our tickets, like you go up, you give her the money, she gives you a ticket, and then the gate opens. Um,
Yeah.
she's sitting outside in the cold. It's like 9 o'clock at night. She was the sweetest old
Uh-huh.
lady. And once we go through, I mean, my brain is just, I have morbid thoughts. And once we go through, I look over at Amber. I looked at the ticket. I'm like, Amber, we just paid $9 to park here. I said, this lady probably gets paid no more than $12 to $15 an hour to sit out here. She's getting paid one car's worth, and there's a line of cars around the block, dude, for hours and hours. They're just piling into this 8-story parking garage. I'm like, that's fucked up.
I know. I'm always of the mindset of like, whenever I'm interacting with people in the service industry. I've never worked in the service industry, but my brother has. He did not have a fun time. I'm always of the mindset of I want to be that customer that is quick in, quick out. I want to be the easy customer. That like I come in, I know what I want, I know what to do, and I don't give them any trouble, and I'm just in out, the easy guy, the easy customer.
I mean, I can tell you that the people in the service industry really fucking appreciate that. My first job, I worked kind of as like a meat store clerk. I've always worked in customer service. I'm trying to think. I've had like I think 4 jobs in customer service. Worked at a meat store. I worked at Little Caesars. I worked at the shoe store Journeys at the mall, and then I worked at Five Below. And all of those places, man, like there are people that stand out to you as somebody that's trying to be a nice person, that understands you're probably like in the shit right now, and they're just trying to get in and get out. But I'll tell you what, dude, are you familiar with Five Below?
No, I don't think so.
So it's like Dollar Tree, but instead of Dollar Tree,
Oh, so
everything
it's
in
like
there.
another Dollar General or
Yeah,
another like dollar
exactly.
store
They're
chain.
literally just selling garbage. Everything in the store is.
Well, I wasn't gonna go. I wasn't gonna say that, but
Oh, I will. I mean, they even know it's trash, dude. The policy is if you see someone stealing, do not stop them. Let them steal. If you know someone stole, and then they come right back. This is legitimately what they tell us as managers. If you see someone steal, you know they stole an item, and then they come back in the store and try to return it, give them the money in-store credit and let them return the item. They don't care at all. But they were cracking down on like employees stealing candy and stuff.
To be fair though, there's also it's pretty common practice for employees to be told if someone's trying to steal, like you just give them what they want. It's not worth it. The
Right.
same way that like there's footage of people robbing banks who don't have any weapons, but because the clerks are told if they threaten you, just give them the money. It's not worth it. Even no matter what kind of, even if it seems like you're not in danger at all, it's not worth it.
I would agree. But yeah, but that's one thing, right? But then to tell your employees to accept the return on a stolen item.
Yeah, that is.
And then give them money. That's crazy, dude. That was so wild to me. I was working at Five Below at the very start of the pandemic, like when the riots were starting, and I remember, dude, it was like, I don't know, man, that felt like a fever dream. Like I remember working in
Mhm.
there for a week or two, and like we had the windows boarded up. It's like so dark inside with the LED lights. That feels like a different universe we were living in, dude.
It was very strange. So much stuff. I'm in a small town, and the amount of stuff that just closed down because no one was going out.
Yeah,
It
that's
was insane.
dude.
Like one of our favorite restaurants we used to go to nearby closed down because they just couldn't. They weren't getting enough people.
That's a bummer, man. And then like now, I feel like it's just starting to like so like right after I don't know like the end of 2021, 2022, there were so many businesses like commercial real estate areas that are open and for sale for rent. And in my area, those are just starting to get filled with like new businesses. So it's starting to pick back up. It's nice.
Hmm.
Like
Nothing has really stepped into what left, but I will say once it was really like as soon as they held out towards like the uh mm, tax breaks, that's not the right thing. What is it, aid packages, I guess
oh
is
the
the word for it?
stimulus? Or are you talking about like the small?
Stimulant.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
When the small business stimulant started happening, things stabilized, but there was a shaky period before they did that where a bunch of places closed down.
I'll tell you what, dude. I could go for another stimulus check, like on some real shit, dude. That was awesome. I mean, holy cow, dude. That was pretty sick. I mean, the elections are coming
Can't
up,
say
so
I didn't enjoy them either.
dude, the elections are coming up. The stimulus checks might be rolling back around. That'll be nice. Trying to get some extra votes. Like, remember when
Oh
we
yeah.
gave you stimulus? Like, all right.
Yeah, you remember when we bribed you into voting for us?
Fuck, dude. I'd rather them bribe me than use my dead uncle to vote. You know what I'm saying? I'm joking,
Yeah.
okay? Comedy, everybody. Comedy. Trump did win, though. No, I'm joking. Okay. Anyway, how about the Lego City Yankees?
Anyway, Lego City is a cool place.
No, dude, minimum wage is such a fucking joke, though, man. Like, I always think it's so messed up. Like, they're like, we did it. We raised minimum wage by 55 cents. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, minimum wage for a livable wage, and I'm not even talking about like single parents with 2, 3 kids, like just living on your own in your 20s. Like, I mean, you need to make at least $18 to $20 an hour to really pay everything and be comfortable. And
Yeah.
I don't. Is there any? What?
As
Let's look
high
this up.
as New York minimum wages, it's the standard of living is much higher.
Right.
So
So it
like
doesn't
New York is
matter.
very prides itself on the fact that minimum wage is so high here, but that's just simply because it has to be because otherwise people literally wouldn't be able to live here.
So it says that Luxembourg has the highest minimum wage in the world of $13.78 per hour. That can't be true. Is that true? Let's see. California has the highest minimum wage, excluding Washington D.C.'s 15.20 hourly minimum wage. California has the highest in the country at $14 an hour. Dude, that's fucked, man. $14 an hour. Yeah, and then you have Amazon like, we're gonna pay him 15. I'm like, dude, you could be giving people $30 an hour, Amazon. Just
Oh,
saying.
sure.
Minimum wage went up by 55 cents, but
There's
inflation went up by 7%. There you go.
I mean,
Very true.
I could talk a lot on the problems with the US's economic system,
Hey
but
man, if there's
that
anybody to
is
do it, it's the Lego City Baker, okay? The Lego City Baker's Apprentice. Have you thought about running
that
for
is a whole topic.
Have you thought about running for presidency? You'd be the first plastic yellow man.
I have, but I don't think there's still things I want to do, but I have to get Jacob to fucking there's still the bit I want to do that I haven't gotten to do because Jacob hasn't been on at the right times.
What's the bit?
I can't say the bit. I want to do a funny in the Lego City RP, and I can't do it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if he's
Let's go
watching
ahead and
right now, I'm calling you out.
let's go ahead and give a shout out to our Discord server. If any of you are interested in joining our Lego City roleplay, nothing kinky yet. I mean, we don't have any kinky people yet. It's not kinky yet, and I don't want it to be.
We got a sewer lizard, and bombs are being mailed. America, fuck yeah! In the postal system, so it's pretty fucking hectic right now.
Yeah, it's a mess, man. And if you're a person that wants to clean up Lego City, we are having a race for the mayor seat. Come on, join. Should be down below. If I did everything right, it's gonna be down below, but I don't fucking know.
Another thing I want to add: are you the same way where you can't have anything on your desk?
I am an extremely cluttered person.
I have to remove everything from my desk because otherwise I'll pick it up and toy with it.
The reason I have this pen in my hand is because I'm very anxious, and it's weird for me to be on stream and not have something to do with my hands. You know what I mean?
It's not generally so much anxiousness for me as much as like I'll zone back in and I'll have something in my hands and I'll be like, when did I pick this up?
Get a Rubik's Cube? I wish, dude. Let me ask you this. Would you rather go to jail for 1 year or serve your entire sentence, or we're going to say prison. Would you rather go to prison for 1 year, serve the sentence, or go to prison until you finish a Rubik's Cube? When you finish it, you can leave.
I mean, how long is my sentence? We'll start with that.
1 year. On the T, to the second. If you choose that. If you choose to do the Rubik's Cube, you're in there. You can finish it in an hour and leave.
The thing is, I don't know how to solve a Rubik's Cube. And I don't think I can solve it very quickly. I'm pretty sure I could solve it faster than a year just by randomly swapping things around. But
the stickers.
It would be 100% easier if in this prison I can somehow have access to the internet.
Well, I mean, there's probably phones, and let's be real though.
Yeah, exactly.
Your Lego City cheeks are getting clapped in prison though. I'm just gonna be real with you, dude. I'm just saying.
Need to go into
Lego
the
City prison. I don't even think we touched on that.
Be real careful with that soap.
Yeah, dude. Little soap bricks. Oh, the little suds are like the little clear studs. Yeah. I think that's actually in a deleted scene of the Lego movie, right? They go to.
Well, no, there's a shower scene in the Lego movie where Emmett hops in the shower. It's in the very beginning when he's getting ready for his day. They use the little studs as the water.
Yep.
I was trying to figure out how to work that into a joke when you asked me about showering, and I couldn't figure it out.
Well, we're figuring it out, or some would call it fingering it out.
Interesting. I don't know who says that, but I'll trust you.
I think I heard it once or twice. Finger it out. No, that's called a Ricky-ism. Have you ever seen Trailer Park Boys?
No, I haven't. Well, dude, I have, but not very much, and I don't remember much.
Yeah. So if there's this character named Ricky, and he's a buffoon. That's the only way to describe him.
Yeah.
But he has these
things.
The
only thing I really remember is fucking Bubbles and the cats. Yeah. This is like it.
I recommend if you have the opportunity to go back and give it a chance, dude. It's my favorite comedy series. But Ricky, he has these things called Ricky-isms, where he just fucks up words because he's an idiot. Like he'll say "finger it out," or he'll say like, I can't think of any off the top of my head, but Trailer Park Boys, great series and franchise overall, dude.
Oh yeah. I think the main thing I watched was the movie.
I think I'd rather go to prison, and I'm not confident in being able to solve it in a year. What if you get to like 11 months and you have no idea how it works? Like you're like, fuck.
I guess I'm just screwed. I'm still going with the Rubik's Cube because I am confident I could solve it in under a year. I don't think it would take me a year to solve it.
10 years later, you have like
even with no help. 10 years, fucking full beard.
Full beard, fucking Rubik's Cube tattoo under
Hunched
your
over
eye.
that Rubik's Cube. Yeah.
Dude, maybe that's what prison needs, man. Prisons are like really segregated with gangs. Rubik's Cube, all colors together. You could solve everything, dude. That's what it is, man. I think that's your goal.
Yeah, just give the poor Rubik's Cubes. We've done it, boys. Gang violence is no more.
It's just everybody trying to solve Rubik's Cubes. Just give them to, if anybody solves it, you get out. But you can't help anybody else. That would be the that's the shtick. I don't know, man. Are you a fan of the show I Almost Got Away with It?
I've never heard of that. That sounds interesting.
It's really good. I'm not even sure where to watch it. It was one of those things that like I would watch on like on cable, on like DirecTV or something.
Mm-hmm.
But the show is about somebody breaking out of prison or breaking out of jail, and they're on the run for, some of them are on the run for like 10 to 15 years. And it's the story of how they end up getting caught, like in the end. I almost got away with it.
You see, that whole thing doesn't work. Like, because being on the run, what's the point of just being on the run forever when you could just serve out your sentence?
Well, some of them have life sentences.
Compute for me. I guess so. But you can, there's still plenty of cases where if you just behave well, you can get out of a life sentence.
Yep. I'm big into like,
it doesn't compute to me.
So you would never break out of prison?
No, I don't think so. It's just not worth it. Because what does your life become after you break out? Just constantly running away? You can't stay with anyone for any length of time.
You can't get out of the States either. You're not getting on an airplane. You're not crossing the border.
You just maybe drive around for a while, I guess, until you inevitably get caught or die.
I remember some episodes like the people are on the run for like 10, 15 years, and their neighbor ends up turning them in. Like their neighbor realizes, oh my God, this is that guy. Yeah. Crazy shit, man. I don't know. Prison is not something I ever want to experience.
Not particularly high on my list either.
Oh, dude. There's also that show Prison Break, but that's I don't know, that's kind of whack.
I've never heard of it. I don't watch much reality TV.
Reality TV
I like
is my
sci-fi
favorite.
too much.
Oh, so if you had to recommend one TV show, what would it be?
I mean, it doesn't fall into the category of anything I've said so far, but Inside Job. It's an adult cartoon, very much in the style of like Rick and Morty and South Park.
I know this show.
It is so good. It is my favorite show right now.
Is it getting a season 2?
It's already gotten a season 2.
Oh my God, I need to watch it, dude. I watched that whole series on an airplane.
So much.
on my phone. Yo, that show's crazy.
I love the premise. The whole premise is literally just every conspiracy theory is true. All of them. Every single one.
Yep. And they're working for like the shadow government. Bobby Lee is on that show. You know, the comedian Bobby Lee.
No, I don't. I don't know a lot of people's names. I'm the same way with actors. I'm really bad with actors.
So am I. So thoughts on never mind. Are the superheroes in the MCU completely juiced and roided up?
I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me, but at the same time, I know that when you're that rich, you can hire the most crazy personal trainers who know fucking everything. And
yeah,
the human body is surprisingly malleable, is what I'll say. Like, just naturally. There's a lot of, like, if you just work out like crazy, you can get jacked. But the problem is that has to be your job, is working out, to get to be able to do that. Like, you can't work a job or like have another hobby or anything. Your job literally has to be to work out. if you there's interviews with people like The Rock where where he's literally like, yeah, this is like all I do, and then I film the movie, and then I have to go right back to to working out.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine, dude. He was shredded for like 15 years. It's just fucking at least 15 movies, just shredded, yoked. That I mean, it
oh
gets to a
yeah,
point where that can't be healthy for you.
no, it's not.
Um, so do you believe in the paranormal?
No.
Same.
Unfortunately, I am the boring man who believes science has all the answers.
Well, yeah, but science doesn't really explain away phenomena, you know? Phenomena. Boop, boo-doo-doo-doo.
I thought about that joke and I was like, no, that's too out of place, and you did it anyway.
I read your mind, dude. No, I mean like there are some things that like we just don't understand that like just because we don't understand them doesn't mean that it goes against science. You know what I mean?
hmm Yeah.
I just feel like I've never had an experience. I also don't think that every person that's ever had an experience or talks about having an
I
experience
mean,
is lying.
yes, I'm the same way. Where like I believe them in that they might have had this experience, like they might have experienced it, but it's usually pretty easy to chalk it up to the human mind is very easily tricked.
Yeah. Yeah, you could trick yourself. And that's what I usually think. Like I think that they really experienced that. Like they truly believe that they had a ghost encounter or something.
Yeah.
Dude, speaking of reality shows, the worst fucking show ever is Ghost Hunters. Those type of shows, they're so bad.
The funny thing is I used to watch it because I thought it was a joke.
Really? You thought
I
it was
used to I
parody?
used to watch it. I thought it was parody. I thought they were like freaking out over like blips in the camera or like little orbs that were obviously bugs just
Oh
flying
man.
across the screen. I thought it was a bit. And it wasn't until much later that I realized that they were being serious.
I would love to see an episode where they just like I don't know, man. I feel like this movie exists. It has to exist. Where like you have this film crew of people that fake being like ghost detectives and then they run into like an actual paranormal something and it just fucking kills them. It's instant karma. I want to see that happen to the Ghost Adventures crew
Horror
though.
movie idea?
Maybe
There's
not
too many
death.
ghost horror movies though.
I don't like they just don't scare me. The jump scares are scary. But the thought of I don't know, they don't scare me, man. What scares me is like somebody's going to break into my house and you
That
know.
is kind of the problem with like I guess invisible monster type evils in horror movies is like you don't know what it is, so like it's hard to be afraid of it.
Yeah, I
It's kind of
can't
just you don't it doesn't really sink in as well as something as like The Silent Place, which is my favorite horror movie I've seen so far.
silent plate. Hold on, I don't know this.
Oh, really?
Maybe I do.
It's the general premise is there are monsters that are very very noise sensitive and you have to be absolutely silent or they will hear you.
A Quiet Place.
A Quiet Place, that's what it was.
Yes. Did you see the sequel?
Yes, I did.
I Wait, I saw the first movie. Yeah. I didn't see the sequel though. You know another movie I didn't see was Bird Box.
Oh, that one. I haven't seen that either.
So here's my issue with a lot of horror movies when it comes to like monster movies. Monster movies are awesome. But if we only get to see the monster and like throughout the entire movie, we see the monster for like 8 frames. I hate that, dude. You know what I'm talking
that's
about?
that's basically Bird Box. That's one of the reasons why I didn't watch it is because Bird Box is one of those like you'd never see what they're up against kind of movie. So it kind of brought me out of it, and I was like, well, I don't really know what I'm supposed to be afraid of here.
Yeah, dude. And
And
like,
but and I can tell you in A Silent Place or Quiet Place, you see them quite a lot. Yeah,
see, I'm into
you
that.
get
Like,
some good looks at them.
I was talking about this the other day, and I think back to The Conjuring 2, where when you first see the nun, like you see the
Mhm.
nun, and they let it sit there, and it's fucking scary. Like,
That is something
damn.
that like everyone everyone talks about in horror movies is always like the you gotta play off the person's imagination because what they can imagine is way scarier. But like that I think that kind of is a bit lazy in my
Yeah.
opinion. You should
Read a
be able to
book.
create a you should be able to create a good enough monster that you can show it on screen and have it still be scary.
Yeah, dude. Read a book if you want that, man. Like, I'm
I
here
mean,
to
there
see
are
something.
that is a yeah, that's also you're playing off of something that literature does in a visual format, so it doesn't carry through nearly as well.
I mean, you could, if you can't read, you could listen to a book.
That is right. Jaden's been really getting into audiobooks.
Audiobooks they're good, man. Like, I used to listen to a lot of audiobooks until, I started listening to podcasts, and that's all I listen to now. Just mindless, stupid conversations. But it's usually way more entertaining because, like, when it comes to listening to a podcast, I can half pay attention and I can be doing something else. But if I'm listening to a really good book, I need to be listening to every word, you know?
Mhm.
So, are you into like drama TV shows?
No, not really. You see, the problem is me and Jacob are the same way about this. Profound toast. Uh, where we can't stand cringe. Like if like all like cringe like say when Moist Critical does a video on like some really cringe event that happened or whatever, I can't watch it. I physically can't. I have to click off of it. It's just too terrible.
You don't like cringe. So what in drama? Now, I'm not talking about like not relationship style drama. I mean more like crime drama.
Oh, okay.
But what about like the genre of drama makes you cringe?
Uh, just all the weird relationship shit. That's like not what would happen in real life at all.
Understandable. Not a Breaking Bad fan?
But well, Breaking Bad's different. But like you said, crime drama and like fucking TL whatever TLC Hallmark drama, that shit I really hate. But like crime drama, like you said, like stuff like Dexter and Breaking Bad,
Sons of
that is good.
Anarchy.
Yes.
I love that would be my
Besides,
recommendation.
those are more of like an actual story
Yeah.
rather than like just trying to emulate real world relationships,
You fucked my sister. Yeah.
which I find very strange that there's TV shows that need to emulate real life relations when you can just go outside and talk to people and have real life relations that way.
Why would you ever talk to real people, dude, when you can talk to a Lego brick man?
You're right, I'm being cringe.
You're not cringe. Cringe. Now, I used to watch cringe videos on YouTube, like You Cringe You Lose.
I can't do it. I can't. Like
They're bad, dude. I don't
I
know what
recognize
about
that
it.
it's stupid and it's funny, but I it makes me too uncomfortable.
Like failed proposals and stuff like that. I think it's my inner
That's
bully just
exactly.
really enjoying it, dude. Like, fuck that guy. Dude, have you ever seen a failed proposal video?
Yes, I
Oh,
have.
that's hurtful. Like, holy cow.
It is because there's so much to it. There's so much to videos like that where it's like, was he reading things wrong, or is she just being mean, or is it the fact that they're in public, or there's so many things.
And it's the worst. Like, sometimes I've seen several of them, and sometimes they don't even like let them down easy. They're like mean about it. Hey, thank you for the resub. You know what I mean, though?
Yeah, I
Like,
think Curly Sensei said it. It's too real and unfortunate and uncomfortable. That is the perfect.
dude. But
That's
I love.
exactly
I
how I
guess
feel.
that's why I love reality TV, man. And by the
Mhm.
way, I don't know if you remember me showing the trailer for MILF Manor a couple months ago.
Yes, that's so absurd. I can't watch it. I
Oh,
tried to
I
watch the
did.
first
I
episode
did
and
it.
I couldn't. I
I
couldn't do
fucking
it.
did it. And I, I don't. I'm trying to think. I think I made it to like maybe episode 3. I don't even think episode 3. Bro, it is actual drama though. There was this one lady that was like bragging about dating the other lady's sons. Like it's so bad, dude. Well, okay, so the moms were all into it. The guys were like,
Of
"This
course
is."
they were. Of course they were.
Oh, okay. We're getting questions. What's MILF Manor? MILF Manor was basically.
Oh God.
So they told people. They told this group of people, "You're gonna be on this island, like young 20-year-old dudes. You're gonna be on this island. You're doing a dating show." And then your mothers, I don't know how they didn't fucking figure this out. It's probably so absurd they thought there's no chance of this happening. Your moms are going to be on this other island on this dating show. Okay? But what really happened is they're all on the same dating show.
Wait, they basically told their sons what they were doing and they didn't figure it out?
Yeah, because when they revealed it, they were like, I thought we were going to be on different islands. I'm like, you guys knew? But they probably thought, like, they probably didn't realize that every other cast member's mom was also going to be on the other island.
Did none of them watch the trailer for the show they were going to be on?
No, I don't think it was
Or
out
is
yet.
this all pre-recorded? Is this all like all happened
it was
like last year or something?
Yeah, it was all pre-recorded and edited.
Okay.
You know, they have to edit those shows to make them look as bad as possible.
That is true. that is true. As well as they also, the other thing I don't like about it is I know they manipulate people with the editing too. I know they do.
Oh yeah.
My example always goes back to Aaron Hansen, Game Grumps. Don't know if you know him.
Oh,
like the fucking nicest guy. They made him. He went on a reality TV show. They made him seem like the worst person ever, like an absolute dick. I can't remember the name of it, but it was incredible how they made him seem like a horrible person. I didn't think it was possible with the way that just pure editing they did that. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I love, like, I call it trashy reality TV compared to like The Bachelor. In The Bachelor, they're not trying to make they might single out one person and make that one person look bad, or like The Bachelorette. I can't watch that shit, dude. It's too like we're gonna fall in love and no, dude. I'm trying to see like wine bottles thrown at people's heads and fist fights and people getting way too drunk. I want to
see some action.
Yeah, dude. I need some real television. I mean, I grew up watching Jersey Shore though. That was like, that's the pinnacle of reality TV.
Oh yeah.
Not a fan of Jersey Shore?
Well, like I said, I don't really like any of that.
Right. Now, I think that we could remake Jersey Shore, but with Legos. That would be amazing.
I mean, I'd have to get a hell of a lot better at Blender to do that, but sure.
Just call it Lego City Shore.
Lego City Shore.
Dude, it's kind of catchy. Lego City Shore. And not only, we're going to have to get the rights to Lego. So how the fuck
that's
are we
going to be a
that?
tough one.
Who owns Lego? Mattel?
Hasbro, maybe?
Hasbro? More like has been. No, okay. Not great. Not great. Dude, do you remember when they made that speaking of Hasbro, they made the board game Battleship into a movie?
Yes.
They drifted. Bro,
I mean, it could have just been its own movie. Like, you didn't need to name it, you didn't need to make it Battleship.
They needed the clicks.
I would have watched a really cool movie, a really cool sci-fi movie where you have to fall back on a World War II battleship to fight aliens. Like, I feel like that premise could have really worked if you just kept it like its own thing. But no, they, for whatever reason, decided it needed to be Battleship.
Bro, they drifted an aircraft carrier in that movie.
Well, I mean, have you seen aircraft carriers do that?
No, not like
They're
that.
terrifying.
I've been on them, dude. You're
Oh,
not
that's
drifting
also
that
fair.
fucking thing. You need a long way. Like if
Maybe
you're
I
trying to
don't
turn that thing
remember. I
around.
don't remember exactly how it looked in the movie. To be fair, as well. So
Rihanna
I
said,
probably
"Drift
just
this
don't
bitch," and
remember
they
how well they
started
did
playing
it.
the Tokyo Drift music. Dun, 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 dun. Drifted it.
I mean, don't
But
they lean like don't can't you get them to lean at like 30-degree or like 45-degree angles if you turn them hard enough?
yeah, very dangerously. But you have to remember that the flight deck is covered with
But
really like
even then,
millions, probably billions of
yes.
dollars in equipment and aircraft. And that's all going off the side of the ship if you do that.
And I and even when you get it to tilt at like 30, 45-degree angle type shit, it still probably takes quite a while to turn around.
Oh my god. Yeah, dude. Those things they're floating cities, man.
Oh yeah,
And
they're insane.
it's a weird experience to be on them. Surprisingly, the bunk situation is pretty nice. For us low life
Ooh.
scum, we call ourselves the low life scum, the enlisted people, because I wasn't an officer, I was just enlisted. The way that we
Mhm.
sleep, we are stacked we're stacked 3 people on top of each other. So you're basically in like a little coffin, and you have a little blind that you pull over yourself. So you can be on the floor or in the middle or on the top rack. I prefer the middle rack. That's where that's where it
Mhm.
was the most comfortable for me. But
I've
not a
always been
lot
a
of room.
bottom bunk kind of guy.
The issue with the bottom bunk is that your bunk is going to be stepped on.
Yeah. I
They're
mean,
going to
if
step
as
on your
well as
bunk.
you're just on the floor, you said, right? So
Yeah.
that seems
You're
like a bit of an issue as well.
yeah, you're basically on the floor. Middle rack, you kind of have to hop up into it. Like there's not enough space for you to even sit up. Like I'm just short enough to where I can put my knees up. Most people, anybody that's taller than me, they wouldn't be able to put their knees up in their rack. Some people don't even fit in them, dude. They got to like hang their feet out the side of them.
Oh yeah,
No,
I
Battleship
imagine
was whack,
so.
dude. I think they were trying to piggyback off of Transformers.
Probably that movie was definitely very inspired by it. It was the same CGI style and everything, basically.
Explosions. Get a hot chick.
I think it was Michael Bay too, wasn't it?
Of course. Yeah, it had to be. It had to be Michael Bay. And I kind of miss the days of memeing on Michael Bay because you remember that? Like, he was the internet meme for a long time. That's just the explosion genre. That was all
Oh
him.
yeah.
Sick pen flip. Check this
Which
out.
I wish his movies had kept staying good. Oh shit, look at him go. I just saw it on stream.
Don't worry.
uh
It's just my
like
anxiety, okay? I have to be doing something with my hands.
like with the Transformers movies, I feel like they fell into this. They fell into the same because the first movie was really good. I think everyone agrees on that.
Oh, yeah.
But they just continued to diminish in quality as they went. And I think it's a lot of the reason is because they fell into the whole false ideal of you have to up the stakes in order to like make people more invested in a movie or keep them invested, which is not
Yeah.
the case. There
I
are so
agree.
many movies where like the stakes are like a fucking basketball game and people get fucking hyped over that shit.
Hey,
You
man,
you don't
I got to
need
go to college, bro. I'm trying to get a scholarship out here of this basketball game. This means everything to me.
Yeah, exactly. Like you don't need to make it like the stakes of a whole city will be destroyed and then the world will be destroyed and then the solar system and the galaxy. Like you don't need to do that. You
Now,
the
have
stakes
you
don't have to be so ridiculous.
have you seen the trailer for the newest movie that's going to come out?
They're making another one. I thought the last one
Bro,
flopped. I thought they were done.
I think the last one was Bumblebee. I didn't see it. I'm telling you though, this new one, it feels like a complete reboot. Obviously, it's not a reboot. Like they're not going to be like retelling everything. It's a continuation.
Mhm.
But when we get off here, dude, go watch the trailer. It actually looks fucking awesome. They're using
Which I will say, I don't know if you watched the original Transformers cartoons, but the plot line of the original cartoon was better than the plot line of the movies, which is saying something.
yeah, because I mean in that like that's kind of the case against like big budget films versus, you know, an HBO 8-episode series. Like, you can really flesh a story out with 15 episodes. Even if they're only, you know, 20-minute long cartoons, I feel like there's a lot more story to be told. Even if it's the same amount of time with, you know, a whole hour movie, 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, the original cartoons were also written in, like, fucking the 1980s.
Yeah, dude, like, anything went back then. They didn't give a fuck. You could do anything in the 80s. Fuck, dude. That was a crazy time to live.